Right, hello Scott, how you doing, mate?
Good morning still. Good afternoon.
What time is it? Yeah,
10 to 11.
It's 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
Can't even read the time. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, good. Life's good.
I want to, I'll just jump straight in. I want to talk about something. I want to ask you some questions today about what it takes to trade full-time being a Forex trader. Whether it's, well, obviously we're a prop firm, but there is a skill to it. There's a knack.
I'm laughing because I tried.
I know why you're laughing.
Yeah.
We both tried. No, but listen, there's a knack to it, and obviously we've learned a lot through our community and feedback we've got, or seeing people who've come in and got 5, 10, 15 payouts. And looking at that, it's almost an aberration because we tried religiously for a long time, and it's tough, man. It's tough to be consistent.
Being a trader is tough. Yeah, there's no selling it. Yeah, like being a trader is very, very tough, especially when you first come into trading. Right, you're looking at Instagram, you're seeing all these people driving Lamborghinis, you're seeing them fly all over the world in private jets, and you're like, 6 months, that is me.
But let's also be honest, right? That is not reality.
No.
The kid sat in Dubai with a Lamborghini, with a Rolex on, going, you can be here in 3 months, do my course, all that stuff. Well, it's not true.
Sign up to my signals. I must have gone into at one point I had about 95 different Telegram signal groups, just like banging loads of stuff on. And then you get the rush or whatever, because one of them comes in and you're like, right, checking private jet charters, how much you're going to cost. For me, going full time as a trader, first of all, is just don't. If you've got a second job, if you've got a main job, first of all, I think that is your main anchor of what you need to use to become a trader. So as soon as you don't have a job, and I'd done it myself in between before starting Nostro, I was doing trading full time. I actually was getting a couple of payouts, and I did all right, but the pressure becomes really, really difficult. And I think, especially for new traders, the art of mastering your psychology is going to take you years to get. So I
think they say about 3 or 4 years to really gain that discipline, to not overtrade, to not gamble.
Well, I think the biggest thing, and the biggest thing I see on Nostro with traders, and even like good ones, like I said, I've seen people on 10, 15 payouts, is you'll then speak to them like, oh, sir, I've lost my account. And you're like, what have you done? And you're like, I just did not stick to my strategy. Like, I've just not stuck to my strategy. And you're like, I know it's the most difficult part, because I'm actually a firm believer, right, in trading, that you probably can have the most simple strategy in the world, right? And it probably, like, there's hundreds of thousands of strategies. Yeah, you see people doing all sorts, scalping, support resistance, whatever. I genuinely think you can find a strategy within everything. But if you don't then stick to your strategy, and you haven't got that psychology to stick to it, then that strategy will fail. And I think this is one of the biggest things. Like, as soon as you decide, right, I'm all in on the trading, then there's so much pressure on you because you're wanting to earn money, you've got bills to pay, etc. Whereas if you've got your job and you sort of find a strategy that works for you, maybe a smaller strategy where you're only having to look at the charts an hour, 2 hours per day, you can do that in between your job, you're going to start winning and gaining confidence over time. And I think the longer you can maintain your job and that strategy and get yourself profitable, build up some capital, that's the best way to go. Well, about being a trader.
Let's break this down. I've got 6 things written down here. We spoke about this before. So the six things that we think are essential to be good at trading full time. So first thing is, doesn't mean trading 10 hours a day, which means you don't have to just quit your job and go full time, right? So 10 hours on the chart is not going to make you that's one thing that we feel. We just thought if we get up, go to the gym at 6, and we're on the charts for 7:30, and we're on till 6 at night. You're going to learn.
8 a.m. Zoom calls.
Oh, yeah.
Checking in on London. Right, are we ready? Yeah.
Just full time.
Lose that trade within 20 minutes, and then it's
every
like
time.
fighting for your life the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to text Scott. You all right? Don't talk to me. So the first thing is not trading or not trying to trade or be on the charts for 10 hours a day all day. It doesn't work.
I think the first thing that you actually need to go to is find one thing you like trade. Find what sort of trader are you? Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Are you a scalper? Like, then what is your strategy? And you don't need to go out and buy courses. I'm sure there is some good ones, but we were actually talking about this the other week. I think we spent thousands of pounds on getting courses, and they were absolutely rubbish. Right? Is the most I probably learned from trading is free stuff on YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube's great for this stuff. Also, all the stuff that's on the courses are on YouTube for free. You've just got to find them.
And there is some, like, we'll maybe do a future episode on this. Like, we've got some guests lined up that we know are really, really good traders.
Yeah.
But like getting some good content from that and just learning your skills, right? Like Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just come good at football. He practiced. He become the best. He's obsessed with training. He's obsessed with getting his body right, his mind right. You have got to do that within trading. You've got to prep your mind, learn, become good at habits, but you've got to invest your mind in learning how to become a good trader. Yeah. It's not going to happen overnight. So don't just put that pressure on overnight. So backing yourself, getting your head down and learning is probably number one for me.
Okay, cool. I've got written down here is you did touch on it slightly when you were talking about Ronaldo, is like mindset.
Yeah.
So like having the right mindset and not getting into a gambling mindset, because when you put pressure on, as you mentioned before, you have this because it's all financial. I think this is the issue, right? Because when you're looking at the screen, you're seeing dollar signs or pound signs or however you're trading. There's a different type of pressure because you tie in so many emotions to it. So you need to try and disconnect. So obviously I'm saying this as someone who didn't manage to do it successfully, but trying to disconnect the money aspect and just look at it like you're going through a process. So
yeah, you're going through a process, and it is about getting your mindset is also reflective of your life, right? We've spoke about this in previous podcasts. If you're not looking after yourself health-wise, you're staying up all night, you're tired, you're not going to the gym, you're not doing them sort of things, that is a big impact on your mental health and your psychology.
Huge.
And like a lot of the good traders I speak to just seem to have their life locked in. Like they've got the goals written down, they've got the vision of what like they want to do, and they're constantly stacking to that next goal. Yeah, they use prop firms to build the capital, they diversify their portfolio with prop firms. Then they're going into managing their own money, and then they're spreading that money out and going into different fields like property or whatever it is. So it's got to be a long-term goal, and to hack your psychology, everyone's totally different.
Yeah.
But
also it comes down to, when it comes down to, as you said, being different, it depends on what style trader you are. So if you're a swing trader or a scalper or a short.
Do you know what's really funny, right? Is that I actually clocked this the other day, right? So we've got a big WhatsApp group with all our mods, all our staff. There's like 40 of us in it. And obviously everyone's from all over the world. Like,
I love it.
But everyone's loves trading.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a work chat, but it's predominantly now just like people sending the setup, sending like the trades.
Yeah, wicked. That's awesome. I love it.
But you can see, shout out Charts Maverick, just constantly on it, right? And that's what I used to be like, right? But then I noticed the other day, right, I was testing, so I've got some accounts, like obviously I've run the business, right, so I'm not going to get the payouts, right, but I'm testing like Nostro's challenges, and I thought, right, I'll actually look at, like, I've not traded in like a year, so I'm find a setup, right, and I'm like, oh, it looks good, and I put it on, right, and back in the day when I was trading, what I'd be then doing is I put that trade on and I'd go, right, I'm going to go to the gym now. And I go to the gym, I'd just take my phone and I'd be looking
Checking
at that
every
trade.
5 minutes.
5 seconds. I'm like, red, 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 blue. And then you're like, right. And then you lose and you're in a bad mood. And then now, because obviously the psychology is different, I'm like,
there's no attachment. There's no attachment
it's obviously,
to it.
It is demo, but it's demo on a prop firm environment. Is I'll forget about that, right, and then I'll come back to it like 2 days later to check or run some tests on like whatever, and you'll look and you're like, that trade did 3%. Like, if I could just do that as a trader, put that trade on, post and ghost, right, I'd have been miles better, because I've been, the amount of times that you get funded as well, or you get funded and you're like, in your head, you're like, I'm going to do 30%. And what happens with me was I'd always have a good start and I'd maybe do 7%. I wouldn't be happy with it. I'd be like, oh, I'm an unbelievable trader. And then I'd lose it all and get wiped out.
So mindset's the next one, right? So not gambling. The next one, and you actually touched on it there, is the whole diversification. So once you do become funded and you start to get payouts, things like reinvesting your payouts into paying off debts if you've got any, long-term investments, so stocks, shares, ISAs, whatever that is, real estate, if that's something that you're interested in, setting up a side business or something to reinvest into.
That's the big one for me.
Huge one.
Is we've
portfolio.
Got quite a lot of different like projects and stuff on the go.
Yeah.
Like, to run projects, you need capital, right? Yeah. And if you can earn money out of your trading, prop firms, whatever, if you can put some of that to the side and start building other businesses, I think what it does as well, it'll make you a better trader, because you're not just fully focused on becoming, it's just not all about trading. It's about, right, I'll do my trading there, but then I'm going to focus my other time on these other projects or businesses I'm
100%,
doing. So
100%.
Yeah, I think trading as well, right, is once you crack that and you get in the payouts, it's one of the best things you can be in the world, right? Because, like, if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job earning like minimum wage, it's going to be very difficult to have that time to start them other projects.
Yep.
So if you're doing well on your payouts and you can start doing that as well, you're in a really fortunate position where you can do anything. Yeah,
that brings me on to the next thing, which is the planning of your income and cash flow. So as we mentioned on the previous, or was it this episode or the previous episode, maybe on a few of them, don't just quit your job week one, right? We recommend, or I think this is a good recommendation, is to have at least 3 to 6 months of cash buffer before you quit your job. If you've got a 9-to-5 and you want to get out of it, fine. But don't just put it all on, I've bought this course, I'm going to be fine in 3 months with no money in the bank.
Well,
it's too much pressure.
I think before you do it, you should probably have, before you're going to quit your job anyway, you should probably have 15, 20 payouts behind you, under your belt.
Yeah, as proof that you can do this.
Yeah. You prove to yourself, you know you can do it. You've created a little bit of reserves as well. And another thing as well, right? Don't get a payout and then I'm saying this as someone who owns the prop firm, right? Don't get a payout and then put all the money back into challenges and
tell them.
I'm actually being serious, yeah. Like, don't do that, yeah. Get your money, get your payout, and that's your money then. Yeah, maybe set a little bit aside for future challenges. Get your capital up within the prop firms, but don't. It's like going to a casino, right? And then putting everything on red, winning, and then just giving it back. Yeah. So make sure you're utilising your money and stuff properly. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things for me is like running Nostro, doing payouts and stuff is a lot of traders that I actually speak to, the money, like a lot of traders, I'm like, what are you going to spend your money on? They're like, oh, family, this is going to family, this is going to change lives and
Beautiful.
stuff. So
love that.
Yeah. So use your money wisely.
Yeah.
Coming from someone in my 20s that was earning
Let's
lots
not
of
talk
money,
about that.
earning lots of money and then spent it all. Yeah, it's not the way. Look after yourself and plan for your futures.
Yeah. And then also, if you get to this point, and we know this game is very difficult, but if you get to that point and you have 15, 20 payouts under your belt, you've got 3 to 6 months cash buffer, you start to get your portfolio, what we do understand is trading is a solo job, right? You're doing it on your own, right? So it can get lonely at that point. You've got no boss, you've got no schedule to it. Well, you have got your schedule with your trading, but you haven't got like a 9 to 5. So at that point, it's really important to like build your community, make sure you've got like good people around you. Our Discord's a great example of that, right?
Good luck as well. Good luck trying to tell your family that you're quitting your job to become a trader.
Yeah, no.
you what?
You're gonna
I'm going to trade these like currencies that are going in gold. You know these charts. I'm quitting my job to go full time on that because they'll think that you're an idiot.
And the last thing, the sixth one was kind of create a long-term exit strategy. I mean, again, these are very, very long-term things, but this is the whole journey of what it takes to be a trader. It's not just get your account, get funded. There's so much more part of that. And we've just gone over like a whole 3 to 5 year plan, right?
Yeah.
But those are the key points as far as I can see.
Yeah, just on that. Yeah, I think that's in life in general. Like have a plan. Nostro, there's a plan. There's a 1 year plan. Well, there's a 6 month plan. 12-month plan, 3-year plan, 5-year, 10-year plan. Yeah, everyone knows what they need to do. And that's the same in your life as a trader. Yeah. Have your goals and visions and stuff like that. And just start aiming towards it. That's why you're trading. You want to start ticking off your goals.
Perfect. Right, we'll leave it there. Anything else to add to that?
No, all good.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a few little bits of advice from CEO Scott, Chief Scott.
Perfect.
Right. Nice one. Cheers, everyone.